Up it comes down to Marion. Marion drives. He hammers it home. Count it. And a chance at a three-point play.
When that 7 seconds or less was rolling, it was Shawn Marion getting rebounds, kicking it out, and then still beating Steve down the floor. It was Shawn Marion getting putbacks. It was Shawn Marion guarding 5 positions. It was Shawn Marion being an underrated passer. He's an ultimate teammate. Ultimate teammate. And you know, without Shawn Marion, that 7 seconds or less could not have worked.
Nash Marion into the 10th floor once again.
My last year was his first year. He was a rookie, and just a live wire, just an electric body, floated up and down the floor. There were several times during that year where Shawn was on the court, we were on the court together, and you know, I'd grab one and throw it up. One that I thought, oh, that's gonna go out of bounds, it's way too high. And he'd just float up there and get it and dunk it back down. The Matrix is what we called him.
Rebound by Marion. The Matrix is everywhere.
Marion's going to get a chance to score. Bravo time for the Matrix.
He was a perfect fit for our organization at the time, and brought an infusion of youth and energy and athleticism, and Shawn's personality was a great fit, I think, for the city of Phoenix, and a great fit for the organization.
He was a nightmare matchup for power forwards. They couldn't stay with him. A lot of threes were too small to be able to play him around the basket because he just jump over the top of guys. So he was a matchup nightmare for the other team defensively.
Because he could defend any position. He could guard any player on the floor. He had the quickness, the reach, the arm length, everything else to be a tremendous defender.
Here come the Mavericks to win. Nowitzki swung from behind by Marion. Clean block, and down goes Mavericks.
That is an unbelievable defensive play.
He was just a defensive juggernaut. This guy would guard the best player every single night for us, which is amazing. And would never call a play for Shawn, but he still has 20 points and 10 rebounds.
Defensively, he was so long. He could guard pretty much 1 through 4 on the floor. You can put him out on the perimeter or in the back course, chasing after the basketball, and then you can still go on the block and play against the power forward that play with their back to the basket.
Made off the screen from Mutombo. Two-man game. Blocked by Marion. Can you believe that? He blocked Mutombo.
On the other side of that coin, he was so difficult to defend himself. He had a great array of shots. He could score from outside. He could drive to the hoop. He could run the floor. And he really was a complete player.
Shawn was unique. I mean, Shawn was just one of those guys where he just bounced off the floor, and he had the great versatility where he could guard almost any position. And then offensively, he was great on the break. He would just find ways to make an impact on the game.
Shawn could shoot that outside shot and ran the floor so well, but always defended, whether it was a big or a guard, and out on the wing. And so you need players like that always may not get the credit they deserve, but they're always going to be out there working their tail off.
Pass is stolen by Shawn Marion. Marion comes down for a wham, bang, slam. 6-0 Suns.
How about the anticipation of Shawn Marion twice in a row coming up with steals?
Another
three
steal.
times in a row.
And he scored.
The quickest second jumper that I've ever seen in the NBA. If he didn't get the rebound the first time, he was jumping the second time while people are still coming down. He was going up the second time.
Again, he had these pogo-like legs that allowed him to be so bouncy and so springy.
Never have to call a play for him. I mean, he just gets everything off the glass, offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds. He runs the floor like a deer, always able to catch lobs, and has some of the best hands that you'll ever find.
Ball, here comes Shawn Marion. Elevates and detonates, and the Suns take the lead.
You look at the numbers that he has had, scoring, rebounding, and every other parts of the game, they're right up there when you look at the list of Suns greats.
You don't really recognize or appreciate his greatness until you match it up with some of the greats that ever played this game. His versatility was unmatched, his endurance, his motor, his skill level, his competitiveness, his athleticism. When you put all those things together, and you talk about great players, like really generational talents, Shawn checked every box, and so that's why the Matrix will always go down as one of the greatest Suns ever.